Hello, everybody.
Sorry about that. Good morning.
Hey, I have a new camera and microphone. Is it audible?
Oh, you hear you just fine.
Okay. It hasn't fixed the issue though. Trying to stop the flicker.
Oh yeah, you keep switching.
What?
Your body keeps moving.
Yeah, it's a little unsettling. Okay, I'll let IT know. All right, where are we starting? Okay, let's see, Mr. Platt.
Yes, this is Dexter Platt. 4A0114993 is Dexter Platt, your true and correct name.
Yes, sir.
Your date of birth is December 30th, 1984.
Yes, sir.
Earlier today, we went over your rights at arraignment. Any questions about your rights that I wasn't able to answer?
No, sir.
And I've gone over the charge, the maximum penalty, the mandatory minimum penalties. Would acknowledge to the complaint, wait for more reading, and ask you to plead not guilty.
Please not guilty will enter. I do find probable cause to be to, and are you seeking direct appointment?
Yes.
We will direct appoint. What is the city's recommendation regarding this?
The city is requesting bail in the amount of 10,000 cash or bond and a pretrial no contact order and order to surrender. The city believes the defendant is a significant risk to victim safety. There's no history on his DCH, but I'm looking through the 19 pages of III history, Texas, and I understand those are always a little bit tricky because, well, one, they're difficult to read, and two, obviously the court and defense don't have copies of those. It looks like it kind of begins with, there's some juvenile history and a 2002 conviction for aggravated robbery of Houston, Texas, and probation violations for alcohol and drugs. It looks like in potential, it looks like military Fort Bend district court. It's just listed as absconded. So that's limited information at this time, but what concerns the city the most is, this is a felony decline. We are getting additional information from the victim in this case and may add stalking charges. She's very scared to the extent she's put notice in at her job at the airport and has to probably move back out of state. This has been going on for months now. Defendant following her at her home, her place of work. This happened in the public, airport. Defendant's very bold about that. Only when he saw the police did he kind of back off in this particular case. But this has been, ongoing, and the city's looking at potentially getting more information from the victim and potentially adding stalking charges. So a city believes there's a high risk to victim safety in this case.
I'm sorry, how much bail are you asking for?
10,000 cash or bond.
Any objection, Mr. Ainati?
Your Honor, we're asking the court not to set bail in this matter. Mr. Platt's indicated he would show for court. He's has no issues abiding by no contact order. I went over that with him and explained what it would mean if he were to violate that order. Sounds like, I went over because he talked about he has work at SeaTac International Airport, but based on the report, it sounds like they may have, I don't know if he's been fired, but sounds like they took away his secure clearance on the other side of the airport. So I'm not sure if that's something you'd have to work through, but he does not possess any firearms. He does not live in a place that would need a civil standby. So he has a place to live that doesn't put him in violation of the no contact order. He's hoping that the court doesn't set bail. Sounds like he's on sounds like he just got that job. And he does receive government assistance. So he's hoping that the court does not set bail.
I don't see that there's any driving record in the state of Washington for Mr. Platt. Is he licensed elsewhere?
If I could just note, I don't know how long defendant has been in the state of Washington. I'm gonna guess probably not that long. There was some reference in the report to him indicating he was not familiar with this area. I'm guessing he hasn't even been in the state that long.
When is the most recent out-of-state charge that you're seeing on the III?
Pull that back up.
And does he own any firearms, Mr. Iannotti?
No, he does not.
Well, there's a listing for fugitive warrant of arrest from March 20th of this year. It looks like ultimately King County dismissed that on April 10th of this year.
So for some reason, that's not showing up in his history at all.
Yeah, that is odd. And then there's a fugitive to Idaho noted. That's from February of 2022.
I'm going to pose bail amount of $5,000. I have significant concerns for the safety of the alleged victim in this case. Specifically alarming is the fact that, according to the allegation, he was armed with a knife at the time. It was visible and was part of the cause for fear. The text messages alleged to have been sent to her are extremely concerning. And I think it was probably a felony decline based on that they don't go so far as to say death, but they say just about everything else. So I'm going to impose bail amount of $5,000. Additional conditions that you attend to all future court appearances, have no new criminal law violations. Update your address with the court and DOL immediately if there are any changes. Mr. Platt, do you still receive mail at the address on 6th Avenue South?
Yes, ma'am. But I'm in the version. I just got work, ma'am. And I don't want to disgruntle or anything. And I apologize for speaking. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but I do stay there. And I work at the airport, man. Me and this lady been going through
Don't
this.
talk about the lady and don't talk about you in your relationship with her.
Okay, well, I apologize. But I've been doing everything. I'm out here. Those cases that the prosecutor spoke of, I went to prison and when I was 18. I just got out in 2019. I did 15 years straight. And I'm in Washington getting my life together. This situation happened
Don't talk about
on
this
my first day
situation.
at work. Sir?
Don't talk about the facts of this case.
Oh, okay.
We are recording this proceeding and everything you say can and will be used against you. The prosecutor sitting right here listening to all of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Um,
I'm asking for, may I please have a PR bond? And may I please do anything that's required to attain what's needed to get this behind me, because I'm doing very good for myself right now. And
with all due respect, this allegation indicates you're not doing very well.
ma'am,
I think this is a really, really serious case.
yes, ma'am.
And
Yes, ma'am.
I think bail in the amount of $5,000 is appropriate, and I'm leaving it there. Additional conditions, just finished going through these. Do not own or possess any firearms, and based on the fact you spent 15 years in prison, it sounds like you're not eligible to anyway.
Yeah.
Have no contact with Shanae Riley. This will be this court's no contact order. It is not Ms. Riley's no contact order. She cannot give you permission to have contact. That would still be a violation. And you need to abide by any and all no contact orders. When would you like to set this over to Mr. Iannotti? And I'll go over the no contact order with you in a minute, Mr. Paul.
We could set it Tuesday next week.
We'll set this on for the 30th.
Please.
Do you believe you'll be posting the bond, sir? $5,000, or will you remain in jail?
And I don't know, can I have a bond deduction, please?
I'm setting bail in the amount of $5,000. Do you believe you'll be posting that, or will you remain in custody?
I don't know, because I just got arrested for a warrant in Texas that I got dismissed. And I spent all of my money on that this past week. And she bonded me out for that. That was not for this case. Please, man.
Okay, I'm gonna give you notice then of an out of custody hearing in case you are able to post the bond. So you'll have 2 dates. So if you're in custody, we'll hear your case on Tuesday. And if you are able to post the bond, it will be on,
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man.
on May 28th at 1:15 in the afternoon. And that's an in-person hearing in CTAC. You have to come to CTAC Municipal Court for that hearing.
Oh, this is wrong, man. This is my life, man. Woman could just lie on you, man. It's my life.
According to the no contact order, as I was saying, this is this court's no contact order. It is not Ms. Riley's no contact order. She cannot give you permission to have contact. That would still be a violation. Violating this order is a whole nother crime, not only a violation of your conditions of release, and could likely result in bail being raised. Under the terms of this no contact order, you must stay at least 1,000 feet away from her school, residence, or workplace. And as long as this order is in effect, you're not eligible to possess a firearm. All right, thank you, sir. We'll see you back here either on Tuesday or on the 30th. Or in May. Thank you.
They're gonna give you your paperwork, Mr. Platt, and I'll come and see you before then. If you're still in custody, we can get released and we'll talk for your next court date.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you.
And are you Mr. Freddy?
Yes,
This is Quentin Irvin Freddy. He's here for review on 3A0485811 and 4A0275167, and then on for Raymond on 4A0200843. It says arraignment on the 167, but I believe that's on for review. When I looked at the docket, there was
No, I
definitely.
think I made, let Madam Clerk know also.
We are, so is your true and correct name Quentin Irvin Freddy?
yes,
And your date of birth is October 4th, 1976?
yes.
Earlier, I went over your rights at arraignment with you. Any questions about your rights I wasn't able to answer?
No,
I've gone over the charge, the maximum penalty, and the mandatory minimum penalty. We'd acknowledge the complaint, wait for reading, a central plea of not guilty, and we are asking for a direct appointment.
Plea of not guilty will enter. I do find probable cause to detain and will direct appoint. What is the city's recommendation regarding release?
Seeking bail in the amount of $500, asking for conditions of no criminal law violations, no returning to the airport. As we just noted, calling the cases on review, and 2 cases out of this court specifically, both involve the port, both have no law or law-abiding behavior conditions, as well as don't return to the port. In addition to that, at the time of this arrest and alleged offense, he had 2 active warrants out of the what I believe is the Lakewood Municipal Court. So for those reasons, I don't think he's going to abide by conditions of release in this case or appear.
I believe that Mr. Freddy's been ordered to quash that warrant on a couple of different occasions. Any objection to those conditions?
I don't think there's any amount of bail Mr. Freddy can post. I know he's hoping the court considers releasing him. If the court does set bail, we'd ask the court to set a relatively soon pretrial date.
I'm going to set bail in the amount of $5,000 each case. I'm just looking through. You've been ordered to clear that warrant in Lakewood.
each case, what do you mean each case? I haven't been in trouble in Lakewood, that's, man,
You have a Lakewood case from November and another from 2021. that you have to-
2021, that's been taken care of, 2021.
You told me this last time,
November, I wasn't even,
and I don't see that you even called the court to find out, to ask about how to clear them.
I went up there and they said it was one front up there for that 2021, and I said, no, that's not correct, I haven't been in trouble since then. They was talking about some reckless burning or something like that, and then I left, and then next thing I know, some from 23 or something, 2023 or something, and I was like, I went back up towards that way, and then I talked to the law officer, and he's like, he said that it isn't even a debate right there. He's like, how you gonna have that one for 2021 and then you get rid of that one and then they put it as the same thing for 2023. It's the same thing from that 2021 to 2023. So he said, how does it change? So the year and the date to the year and the date to the same thing that you
So,
just
so
took.
Mr. Freddy, I don't know where you're getting that information. I can see the warrants. They're in the system.
And what does it say?
It says that you didn't go to court.
Under
And
what? Under what? Reckless burning?
both of them, both two cases in Lake.
Under reckless burning, right?
But my point is, I ordered you to quash those
I
warrants.
already
You
went
didn't-
there for it. That's what I'm
You
saying.
didn't.
And then they put it on a different fucking year and date for the same fucking thing that I just went to court.
Mr. Freddy, watch your language. You are in court. Mr. Ionati, would you prefer tomorrow or Friday?
Tomorrow's fine.
So I'm just waiting for the scheduler to do its thing. It's very slowly populating. Okay, we'll see you back here tomorrow, sir. You can let the guards know you're done. Thank you. Can you please unmute Mr. Freddy? We can't hear you, Mr. Freddy. You're muted.
You're gonna need to get the officers to help you, Mr. Freddy. Because you're muted and we can't hear you.
Mr. Freddy, your hearing's over. We'll see you tomorrow. We can't hear you. You need to unmute. Use the mouse to click on the red microphone icon. Or ask the guard for help. There you go. You got it.
Well, I was saying what the bail amount was and tomorrow, what's that for tomorrow?
Tomorrow's a pre-trial hearing and a review hearing. Bail is $500 each case, so for $1,500 total.
Man, I mean, god dang. It was construction. I couldn't even get around the place. That's the only way to go.
Okay, Mr. Freddy, you can talk to your attorney about it tomorrow.
So all around, how much time I'm looking at for this?
I have no idea. That's up to the city to make their recommendation and your attorney to make his recommendation.
I'm trying to get released because that's some nonsense, man. And that.
Okay, Mr. Freddy,
was made
Mr.
up.
Freddy, we are done with this hearing today. Thank you.
That might be everyone we're gonna see, if I'm not mistaken.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.